an overhead map of the studios. Right from here is the employee area. To the left are the actual film studios. Yup. The main entrance to the studio. There was a big scene here yesterday with onlookers pressing up against the gate. Okay. Looks like a studio van. They probably use it to carry around film equipment. Sure, that makes sense. Alright, I think that's everything there is to investigate here at the lot. Now, let's see. How do you like my lawyer badge? What's that? You giving that to me? Absolutely not. Alright, that... For a second I thought maybe she'd be like, oh, an actual lawyer, please come in then. Didn't quite work out now, did it? Well, let's chat her up about the studios and Mr. Powers. So, what do you do here at the studios? At Global Studios, we make children's dreams come true. In fact, in my younger days... No! You were a star? Only a little twinkle between the stars here, I'm afraid, dearie. Wow! This place has really gone downhill, you know. But 10 years ago, now that was a studio of dreams. Hammer was a big star back then too, he was. Hammer? The victim, dummy. The evil magistrate. He's been reduced to playing villains now. Not exactly the best material to work with. Wow, that is so precognitive, because, it's like a meme how most of the villains in Marvel movies are like old Hollywood elite, like classic Hollywood actors. You got Jeff Bridges, who was the guy in Winter Soldier. Robert Redford was in that, and like all these big names for all the villains, whereas the protagonists tend to be actors I have never heard of before they star in a Marvel movie and become giant, big, huge names. I might be a little in the minority in that, because I've seen people be like, oh yeah, Chris Pratt, oh yeah, Paul Rudd. And I know Robert Downey Jr. was kind of a fan among, or he was beloved among movie fans before his big break. But I didn't really know any of these people before they popped in Marvel movies. So yeah, this is kind of funny that this is kind of like actually kind of being precognitive like that. Also, what the heck, like, don't actors love to play villains? I was like not the best role to work with. Don't the actors just love being villains? They get to ham it up as like one of the more complicated characters in the... Well, I mean, you can always have... I guess Saturday morning villains aren't super complicated necessarily, so that's not entirely true, but... Alright, well, why don't you tell us about Mr. Powers? Can you tell me about Mr. Will Powers? He's not a bad kid, but don't be fooled by his mask. You wouldn't want him on the silver screen without it, believe me. Little old ladies watching would lose their lunch. He wasn't that ugly. I liked his big lion's mane. That's probably why you thought the Steel Samurai was his big chance. No one thought he was capable of doing what he did to poor Jack Hammer. We don't know for certain that Will Powers is guilty. Powers? Of course he's guilty. How do I know? I know everything. That's my job. Uh-huh. Well, let's ask about Mr. Hammer first, then get into the reason for suspicion. What kind of person was Jack Hammer? What kind of person? Oh, if only you knew. Jack Hammer will live on in many hearts as the ultimate action hero. He was simply dashing in the Dynamite Samurai series. Ooh, that sounds a little... sounds like Steel Samurai might be, inspired by that. Should I have heard of that? But... there was an accident during filming 5 years ago. He got an unlucky break after that. Reduced to playing the villain on a children's program. Oh my god, I don't get it. Like, I guess if you were doing serious stuff and then you end up in a kid's show, like, I guess someone would take that badly, but I don't... Ugh. What's more, I heard they were paying him peanuts. It's enough to make you cry. Okay, yeah, no, I think Mr. Hammer was still living it up, being cool. Well, maybe the guy himself hated it, I don't know. Well, all we're hearing is these impressions by people who seem to have preconceived notions, you know. Why are you so certain Mr. Powers is the killer? I was standing right here yesterday, I was. I was here from 1 o'clock in the afternoon to 5 o'clock when they found the body. Now, the studio where the murder took place is to the left here. So if you want to go to the studio, you have to pass by me. Only one person went by here between 1 o'clock and 2:30 when the murder took place. And that person was Mr. Powers? Yes, I saw him. But Mr. Powers says he was sleeping in his dressing room. Oh, I'm sure he would say that. He's no fool. But he was the only one that walked by. He's the killer, you can bet your biscuits on it. Isn't it about time for you to be heading home? There's nothing to see here. Move along. Actually, we're here at Mr. Powers' request. Huh, I thought you were suspicious looking. Show me a letter of request, and maybe I'll just let you in. This lady here thinks she owns this place, obviously. Well, we don't have a letter of request, I guess, so... Nothing to talk about anymore either. Probably nothing new to examine either, so... Yes. Should we go back to the detention center, ask for a letter of request? That seems like the first thing we should do, so let's do it. Hello! How was the studio? They all think I did it, don't they? No, not at all. Isn't that right, Nick? Right, not at all. At worst, you're a suspect. Okay, well, let's see. Ooh, we can ask him about the alibi again? Let's do it. Mr. Powers, you aren't hiding anything from me, are you? What? No, I'd never do that. Earlier, you said that you were sleeping in your dressing room after lunch. Yes, like a baby. But the security lady says she saw you that day. She says she saw you heading towards the scene of the crime. What? That's not possible. I really don't know what to say. I was sleeping, I promise. Mr. Powers, if you want me to help you, you have to tell me the truth. I'm new to this lawyer business, and I need every advantage I can get. I know. I'm sorry. But I swear to you on my mama's grave, I was sleeping. Maybe the security lady only thought she saw me. What did she see? He doesn't seem to be lying. Okay, this is interesting. A doppelganger there? A guy disguised? You know, we never did ask was... You know, I just realized she didn't specify if it was Will Powers walking in his casual clothes or if he was dressed as the Steel Samurai, because if it's a guy in that full-body suit, you don't know who that is. We're gonna have to, I really think we need to get that security footage. Seems like the best bet. About the security guard at the main gate to the studio. Oh, the security lady? She's terrible! She called me suspicious looking! Yes, actually, she's said the same thing to me before. Take off that mask, were her words, I believe. She sucks up to all the bigwigs at the studio. But let her see you stumble once and she'll never let up on you. She's got some nerve. Do you think you could write up a letter formally requesting my representation? Of course. Document proving Will Powers' request for an attorney. I just hope this will get me past that security lady. Okay, cool. That's... I don't know why we had this back and forth, but it's not a huge... It's not like it ruins the game. It's not like backtrack the game. It's just like a little back and forth here. Nothing too serious yet. And we got that little extra dialogue. Maybe that's why we had that, so we could ping off the conflicting accounts. Ms. Oldbag's account and Mr. Powers' account about him sleeping versus sneaking into the studio. Actually, can we talk about that? We cannot. Okay, that's too bad. I would have liked to ask her what she thought about what Mr. Powers just said. Ma'am, have a look at this. It's a letter of request from Mr. Powers. Yes. I recognize the bold, childish scrawl. Powers' request given to the security lady. To think he would entrust his fate to youths of such unreliable appearance. Really? Really? Anyway, you may pass. But only left from here toward the studios. No going to the right. That's the employee area. No one allowed inside, pal, were my instructions. The good detective told me himself. Hey, Nick! Huh? There were maps in the security guard station. Holy shit, you broke in there? Hey, not bad. Nice job. So, where are we? Those are 50 cents a piece, thank you. I need to see it without that like dialogue text at the bottom. I need to look at the map closer once we're done. Well, time to go, Nick. 50 cents. A guide map of Global Studios added to the court record. Okay, so she didn't steal it so much as just walked in and grabbed it. Yeah, okay, now let's see. So, I'm a little unclear where we are because she said the studios to the left and the employee areas to the right. But if we're at the main gate, the employee area would be to the left and the studios to the right. So, I don't get it. But I guess we'll go in. So, outside Studio 1. Studio 1 entrance. Ooh, this looks cool, this place. Man, again, look at that, like, really, really Japanese-style character there. But I guess, again, it's because they were filming this samurai show is, at this point, the excuse for why America has all this Japanese decoration and paraphernalia here. Whew. Yeah, I'm a little confused as to how where that gate that we were with Ms. Oldbag is vis-a-vis this, because yeah, but let's not dwell on it too much. But this is Studio 1, so we're at the top left at the moment. Good to know. Hey! Aren't you that murderer from the other day? Aw, sweet. When she mentioned detective, I was hoping it'd be Gumshoe. Oh, it's that confused detective. Hey, pal, you know Prosecutor Edgeworth is all upset and it's your fault. I saw him sipping tea and staring gloomily out the window. Oh yeah, poor Edgeworth, man. He got rocked by that end of that trial. So? Hey! If he's depressed, it's all your fault for doing sloppy detective work. Oh my god, Maya, you are not helping at all. Detective? I think you hurt his feelings. Oh no, I'm sorry. Well, I think his feelings are easily hurt. You're right, pal. It's all my fault. I can blame other people all I want. But I know the truth in my heart. Hey, don't take it so hard. There's always the next case. Yeah, maybe someday we could actually team up, you know. Maybe we don't have to be antagonistic between each other. That'd be nice. Phoenix and Gumshoe. What a dynamic duo that would be. Yeah, I suppose you're right. Hey, what exactly are you two doing here?
Well, we're on this case too, pal.
Huh? Hey, you can't just go around saying pal like that. I'm not your pal, buddy. That's my endearing character trait.
I'd say he's a character, all right.
Ooh. Jamming music. I noticed that the soundtrack to the game became available to buy on Steam recently. I am tempted. I have been digging the soundtrack, not just the cornered song, obviously. That's the runaway favorite here, but there's been other great jams too.
There's a big welcome sign above the path.
Yeah, apparently the studio's fallen on tough times. They've started letting people in on days they aren't filming. They make a bit of extra money by charging for admission.
Huh, you sure know a lot about this place, detective. You know, you could always quit being a detective and work here.
Yeah, and what perfect timing with the studio mascot down for the count. Huh? Just what's that supposed to mean, pal? Aw, poor Gumshoe. What? He's so, like, he is so antagonistic, but why does he elicit so much, like, sympathy from me? I don't get it. The poor guy. Hey, there's a camera here. That's the security camera. It takes photos of people going to the studio. All you have to do is look at the data and you can see who went where. There's a number plate on the camera, SD1-307. That must be the camera ID number. That's gonna be important. If only I can remember it in the future. ST1307. Well, ST1 is a brand of gasoline pumps here in Finland. Gas stations, I guess is the correct term. Gasoline pump, but... Greetings, I am speaking human language, gasoline pump, where you go refill your automobile. Anyway, yes, ST1 is a gas station here in Finland. I don't know if it's in other countries. So I'll try to remember that as my mnemonic device. Hopefully there won't be a bunch of ST1s and it's the 307 I have to try and remember, because I don't have any easy peasy mnemonic device for that one. I'm a little bushed. Maybe I'll take a short rest here. Hey, good idea, pal.
Detective, aren't you on the case?
Whoa, well, yeah, but... Hey, us detectives get tired of standing around too, pal. Ooh, you poor thing, that sounds exhausting. Alright, so there's the funny little samurai dude here, and then Studio 1 door. The studio mascot. I guess it's a monkey of some kind. Huh? That does not look like a monkey. But what kind of monkey has a nose like that? A proboscis monkey, I guess, but I really don't... Oh, no, wait, I see. It's holding a sign with its tail. Okay, never mind. It totally is a monkey. It's just a very strange... Yeah, I'm going with proboscis monkey. He's holding a sign in his hand. Right to Studio 1, left to Studio 2.
What's up with that thing? It looks kind of busted.
Oh, the wind was pretty strong yesterday and the head broke off. It took that tree down with it, too. Huh. Oh yeah, there is just a... I just looked, that was a bush, but now that I look at it, yeah, that's a tree that's fallen over. Yeah, not to mention, why would there be a bush on the sidewalk like that? I don't know. Yeah, let's not be silly. No clues here. What? No, this one. Detective Gumshoe, what's down the path to the left? It looks like a tree fell down over the path. Oh yeah, that way's kind of dangerous. You should stay out, pal. There's nothing down there anyway. That's where Studio 2 used to be, they tell me. They don't use it now, though. Uh-huh. A derelict studio. Well, no one's messed with the signs on the statue. The Studio 2 and Studio 1 are that way in relation, vis-a-vis. So, I gotta be super careful with all the possible clues, you know. For example, I probably have to remember that there was a strong wind at some point, you know, that'll probably come up at some junction. The entrance to Studio 1. This is the studio where they found Jack Hammer's body.
Let's go in and check it out, Nick. Hey, it's locked.
Looks like you need a card key to get in. It makes sense that they would want to keep the non-employees out. Okay, besides, we don't want to go yet. We gotta chat up Gumshoe. Of course. Hey, we kind of are. Like I said, it'd be nice if we could, like, team up. So far, we've been very cooperative, Phoenix and Gumshoe. Like, we haven't been butting heads like our first encounter. So this has been quite enjoyable, just us chatting it up here at the studio.
Detective, any ideas about this?
Look, I don't got time to look at every little trinket you got, okay, pal?
Okay, for a second I thought we'd actually get good stuff with that thing.
Detective, see this? This is my attorney's badge.
Uh-huh. Don't you think it's a little sad when you have to explain what your badge means, pal? Real men show their PD badge, and that's that.
I'll admit the design of my badge leaves a lot to be desired.
Maybe it should just be a big L for lawyer.
I'm not so sure about that. That's actually really funny, because it'd be like a big L for loser. She was looking kind of dumb with a finger in her pocket and a shape of an L on her lawyer's badge. Anyway, so let's chat up our lad here, Gumshoe, about the investigation.
So, how is your investigation going, Detective?
Well, it's, hey, I can't tell you that, pal.
Nick, maybe you need to be a little more indirect with your questions?
Right. So, Detective, mind if I take a look at what you got?
What I got?
The autopsy report. The latest version, if you please. Oh, that's a fun. Again, it's very enjoyable, the episodic nature of this game, how, like, stuff keeps coming back up from previous parts. It's kind of neat. It's weird at times as well, like, you know, like I mentioned, the fact that the clock kept being used as a murder weapon, I thought was a weird thing to keep coming back up, but, you know.
Right. Sorry about what happened last time, pal.
Oh, that poor guy, he's still feeling bad about that, even though it wasn't really all that consequential, but, you know. So, Jack's autopsy report. Time of death, yesterday, 15th of October at 2:30 p.m. Cause, pierced through the chest by a spear. That's a pretty grisly way to go, I have to say.
Why was Mr. Powers arrested?
Simple, pal. The murder took place right over there in Studio 1. Now, the victim entered Studio 1 at approximately 1 p.m. At that time, there was no one other than the victim in the studio. Now, according to the autopsy report, the time of death was 2:30 p.m. Only one person went to the studio between 1 o'clock and 2:30. And that person was none other than Will Powers. No one else, pal. If you think I'm lying, ask the security lady at the main gate.
Nick, if that's true, anyone would think that Powers did it with that kind of evidence.
Thanks for cheering me up.
Yeah, but I want to see the security footage, honestly. At this point, I need to know. Because if it's a guy walking around in the steel samurai costume, boom! That washes the whole claim that it was Mr. Powers.
About the security lady.
Oh, that sweet old lady. What a charmer.
Huh? Are we talking about the same person?
When I showed her my badge, she gave me a donut and some coffee.
Oh, that's adorable, that Gumshoe, somehow.
Remember what Powers said. She's a sucker for authority.
Okay, now I feel bad for Gumshoe again, because he's just being sucked up to, but something's really cute about that.
She even gave me a piece of valuable evidence.
What?
Yeah, what's this decisive evidence? I gotta know, you giggly little man.
What kind of evidence? Well, that, photo. The photo of the steel samurai heading toward the scene of the crime.
Oh. What? Who took that?
See the camera up on that gate, pal?
The gate? You mean the one with the welcome sign?
Yeah, whenever someone walks by, that camera automatically snaps a photo of them.
Oh no! Nick, he has evidence! We're finished!
Funny. For someone with hard proof, he doesn't look too happy.
What's wrong, pal? You seem down.
Don't look so happy when you say that.
We'd like to ask the employees here some questions.
Sure thing, pal. Go wherever you like. Of course, you're not gonna find any clues. I have it already found.
I'm glad someone around here seems to be enjoying themselves.
Nick, let's go! We've got a free pass to the place. Now's our chance to check things out.
Okay. We can go to the main gate. Or we can go... like... Can we go through here now? No, it's the same thing about the card key. Yeah. Maybe we can go... Well, you know what? We're kind of at the end of the episode anyway. I was gonna say I was gonna go a little long because I jammered again, as I'm wont to do. I jabbered for a fairly long time about the trivia involving the kind of the original Japanese game and the localization and its effects. Especially because I got super rambly towards the end there, trying to piece my feelings. Because, like, I didn't want to, like... I don't want to, like, say that it's bad that series these days shy away from kind of doing that localization. It is respectful in some way, but I have to say there's something nostalgic and something amusing about the kind of tricks people will pull when they try to, like, change things up. But definitely that does smack of, I don't know if cultural appropriation is the right word. But like it smacks of something like that to kind of change a series up in some ways, like making jelly donuts out of rice balls, you know. So I do like it generally it does seem like it's a better idea to kind of keep it closer to the original in that sense, you know. Yeah. I don't know why I'm playing around with the hourglass here. Hourglass. Magnifying glass. Wow, I really do need to end it here because I'm losing it with my jammering. Anyway, the point is, yeah, we've gone on long enough, so next time we will continue snooping around Global Studios, trying to figure out what seems to be a pretty fun case. I like the premise of this. A villain of a tokusatsu series, or, well, his actor murdered in the middle of the show being made. That's some good fun. I like that. Oh, I guess I should have said what tokusatsu is for people who don't know. It like... Technically, it just means live action show, as far as I understand, in Japan. But what it's associated with, especially in the West, is the kind of Power Rangers, Garo, other series like that I'm blanking out on. I'm sorry, of course it's called Super Sentai in Japan. Super Sentai, Kamen Rider, of course. Kamen Rider, Garo. Then it gets, because I'm not a huge Toku guy myself. Oh yeah, I guess Godzilla counts as a tokusatsu series, because it's live action. Like, if you think like guys in suits, that's a lot of what it is. However, that said, as I understand, it does kind of refer to a bunch of just live action shows. Like something like Knight Rider might be considered a tokusatsu series in Japan, I think. Like, if it's kind of like an action show with live action acting, I think you can label that a tokusatsu in Japan, if I've understood correctly. Another case where if you know better, please type in the comments and set me straight. But absolutely, when Western fans talk about tokusatsu, it tends to lean on Super Sentai, Kamen Rider, whatever the hell Beetleborgs was based on. Stuff like that. Okay, now I've definitely talked long enough, so now we're gonna close it for today. Next time, we're gonna, as you can hear, I'm super excited about this whole thing, so next time we're gonna get even deeper into this, so look forward to it, guys. Bye-bye!